Hi there, it's Andy Jones-Wilkins signing in from Wintergreen Resort in the Central Virginia Mountains here for the UROC 100K Championship race, and I'm chatting with Jonathan Allen. John, how you doing?
Good, how are you, Andy?
I'm doing great. I'm thrilled to be here. As I imagine you are, your wife gave birth to a new baby 1 week ago.
1 week ago she gave birth. She was in the hospital last Thursday, and the baby was in NICU for 2 days, but they're all out, they're doing okay. The mother-in-law is taking care of the kids, so she let me come.
I wanted to ask, she does know you're here, right?
Yes, she does.
Okay, good.
In fact, we induced a little bit earlier than the doctor would have, just so I could come here.
Good stuff. Well, lots of chatter about this course. Now, you're a South Carolinian. You know the varied terrain of the south, central, eastern part of the United States. We've got a blend of fast roads and gnarly trails. How does that fit into your running background and your strategy going into tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I think I match up pretty well. I'm a 2:34 road marathoner, so I've got some speed, not as much as some of the guys here, but and then I've run for years out in the Rockies, so the big vertical doesn't scare me. And now I've been here for a year, and I paced someone at Mountain Massanutten.
There's a fair number of rocks there.
Yes. And then I ran Old Dominion, I DNF'd to 75, and then I train every Saturday up in the Appalachians, so I know the rocks.
Okay. So you really have that nice blend. I mean, 234 marathon speed is, I'd say that's not something to shake a stick at. And then you've done some rock stuff.
Right.
You got a shoe idea? You're going to change shoes? You're going to stick with the same pair?
I've got some Pearl Izumi, some trail shoes I wear, and then I've got 2 drop bags if I need to change to something more technical or more roady.
Kind of make a game day decision.
But I'm planning to not change. Planning to just go with my Pearl Izumi.
So you've had an interesting couple of years in your longer distances. The Bear, a hardcore 100-miler out west. A successful race. Rocky Raccoon, a relatively benign course in Texas, didn't go so well.
Right.
How does the contrast between those two races fit into your mindset going into something like this?
I'm not really thinking about Rocky Raccoon at all. Just focusing on the success I've had. I've had good success this year. Since I've been in the East Coast, I have yet to lose a trail race. I DNF'd one, and every other one I won. So we'll see if I can keep that streak going.
Man, tomorrow. I like it. Those fighting words.
So we'll see what
All
happens.
right, you watch that. John Allen has not lost a race this year, and he doesn't plan to disappoint tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stuff. All right. Hi there, it's Andy Jones-Wilkins checking in from Wintergreen Resort, high in the Central Virginia Mountains for the UROC 100K Championships, which starts tomorrow, and I'm here interviewing Ann Riddle-Lundblad from North Carolina. Ann, how you doing?
Great.
Yeah. So, gosh, actually the last time I saw you, you were crewing for your husband, Mark, at the Vermont 100. You smartly have sent him away to Oregon this weekend, is that right?
Yeah.
So you can focus on your race on your own. What do you think about this blend of road and trails that we're looking at for tomorrow's race?
I think it's great. I think that I've heard a lot of controversy about is it too much road, and I think it's great. I think that every ultra runner has different strengths, and this allows a variety of people to have a chance at the top places.
Right, and you're obviously saying that because you're good at both things.
Well, I don't know about that. I think it's important to be well-rounded, and I think it's good to have a course that brings out various strengths.
Right. Well, here you are, though. You've had great success at 24-hour races, at 100K World Championships, at trail races in the East and the West. There's a little bit of stress going around the room about shoes tomorrow. What are you thinking of for shoes?
I actually had to rethink that just today because I was planning on wearing the new road shoe because there's so much road on the course. It's a real super flexible, lightweight shoe, and I thought it would be perfect for this course. However, with all the rain, I've kind of rethought it, and I'm going to be wearing a trail shoe. I'm thinking about the Rock Light 268, which is cushioned enough for the road. It's still lightweight, but it has a little more grip for the trail. So that's probably what I'll be wearing tomorrow.
And you won't change? No shoe change?
No.
Yeah.
No time for that.
No time for that.
This kind of feeling.
How about what can we expect in your race strategy? You're a notoriously hard finisher. What do you think?
Well, You know, I haven't run a serious race in just over a year, and that was the 24-hour national championships. And I've been doing a lot of just long trail stuff, FKTs, that kind of thing this year. And to be honest, I don't know what I'm going to be. I mean, I want to finish strong. I probably won't go out with the lead pack. I'll probably just really try to focus on running my own race and see where that brings me. It's going to be a long day out there.
Well, typically the old I haven't done anything serious for a year means you're ready and primed for this thing.
You know, I had kind of retired from racing a year ago, but then when this race came up, I thought, you know, why not give it a try? Why not see if there's still a competitive flame in there and if that still burns?
Well, speaking as someone who's been around for a while, it's nice to see those names from 10, 12 years ago still around and cutting it up. So, Ann, good luck tomorrow. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun watching you.
Great.
Thanks so much. All right. Hey there, Annie Jones-Wilkins here, checking in from the Wintergreen Resort in the Central Virginia Mountains, where I'm getting ready for the UROC 100K Championship race. Here with Brad Hinton, one of the local runners from Virginia, nearby anyway. Brad, how you doing?
Doing real good, thanks.
Got any ideas going into tomorrow? Any race plan?
Well, finish, of course, is always the goal. But
yeah, you pretty much have to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of the requirement. But, you know, there's so many fast guys. It was really kind of made my year just to get an invite to come down from Gil and Franny, which I appreciate. It's certainly the most competitive field that I've faced by far, and so obviously I don't have any over expectations. I'm not going to be on or near the lead like I typically am in smaller events. So just try to run smart. You know, it is 62.
Right.
You know, it is a lot of climb. So hopefully try to run smart and be there at the end.
Well, the blend of the blend of road and trail will allow for a lot of tag back and forth.
Yeah, I don't think it really sets up good for any one style.
Right.
So, you know, I ran last the Belmonte down in this area, which doesn't have much road, but similar terrain. It starts over in Sharando, and that course set up really well for me, and I got it done over there. So, yeah, I don't have blazing, 2:30 road marathon speed, and I don't live in the Rockies, but it's a grinding course and a lot of climbing, kind of a tweener. I train a lot in the Massanutten Mountains, which is just a rock garden.
Yeah.
And so I don't necessarily think that I'm good at it, but maybe I'm used to it. So.
Well, with 450, you got 450 milers on your legs this season. 450 milers on your legs. So will this be it for you? I mean, you're going to put it all out there for this and maybe take a little time off? Or?
Yeah, I'll take October to kind of wind it down a little bit, and then I've got another 50 miler in November, and then finish up at Derby.
Oh yes, have you done that before?
No, I haven't, but I had to pull out last year because of some family issues, but I'm looking forward to it.
I've heard that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Starts at midnight, in December.
I do a lot of night running. I've got 4 kids, so a lot of my night running in the
Hello, 4 kids?
Yeah.
How old are they?
9, 7, 5, and 3.
Any of them coming to this thing?
They'll be here tomorrow, hopefully, for the finish.
They support this craziness?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't taught them anything else. I started running when we were expecting our first, so
that is excellent.
They kind of grew up coming to road races and then ultras, and our recreation is kayaking and hiking.
Well, I think it's safe to say you'll win the guys with 4 kids division tomorrow.
I've always said there's 2 kinds of runners.
Exactly.
Those with mortgages and those without.
Brad, awesome talking to you, man. Good luck tomorrow. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, sure will.
All right, Andy Jones-Wilkins signing in from the Wintergreen Resort in the Central Virginia Mountains on the eve of the UROC 100K Championship race. I'm here with Troy Shellhammer, who's getting ready to put the hammer down tomorrow. Troy, how you doing?
Great, thanks.
Good. Now you're up here from Louisville, Kentucky. Is that correct?
Yep.
And would you say this is the most competitive field you've gone up against in your running life?
100%, yes, definitely.
So what are you thinking? You're going to be in the mix for the top 5?
No, I would love to see 10, maybe.
Top 10?
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping, but we'll see.
And this past summer, you spent a bulk of time hiking the Pacific, or hiking the Pacific Crest Trail. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
All recovered from that?
Yeah, definitely. Did Iron Mountain about 3 weeks ago, I guess, for a little tune-up race to get the legs back to running. And
how'd that go?
It went pretty well. For my first race in a couple months, it went well. Grossman set a new course record. It was a super hot day. It was 90, 92 degrees or so, and Grossman did phenomenal. And I was pretty happy. It was about 20 minutes behind him. So.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, you know that this race is kind of a tale of two races. We've got the paved sections and the Blue Ridge Parkway and the like, and then we've got some gnarly kind of Blue Ridge mountain trails. How's that play into your experience, your expertise? How do you get your mind set for that?
Personally, I'm not a road guy. I'm definitely into climbing and into the mountain terrain, but I'm really excited because after the PCT, I got a ton of time in on the road the last couple months, and it just affected footwear decisions a little bit. But it should help to make the course a little bit faster. So it's going to be really cool seeing somebody like Wardian come in and see what they can do on it. And it'll be a really great mix to see what happens.
So how do you think it's going to play out when you sidle up to one of these big names like Rhodes or Sharman or Wardian, and they're like, "Who are you?" I mean, you have a plan for one of those?
My plan is to stay behind them. My plan is to stay behind and to stay as close, especially somebody like Rose who paces himself so well. I'm definitely going to be into the pacing. I'm not going to go out too hard in the middle of the race. So
well, let's go to that Grossman race. I mean, you were within 20 by the end at Iron Mountain. He's a notoriously fast starter. Were you closing on him? Do you recall, or did he get a gap and just kind of keep it?
I stayed with him in the middle. I stayed with him in the beginning, and in the middle, I tend to relax and find a pace, and then I take off usually in the last 30% of the race to speed up and try to close any gaps. And we had the same or equal splits the last third of the race. And in the middle, that's when he really put the
that may end up being a good strategy for tomorrow. Yeah. So Troy, Shell Hammer putting the hammer down.
Thank you.
Go to it tomorrow. This is a lot of fun.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.